Okay. Let's go ahead and get into it. Open up Twitch chat here. Okay, let's turn that off. All right, here we go. The other caster, Tai, he got a few minutes into this game before he had to suddenly on the stream. But so let's go ahead and restart it. He was only like 3 or 4 minutes in, so we'll start from the beginning. And I did play in this game, but I will cast like I did not, in fact, play in this game and know what's going to happen. So see how my acting skills are.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
While you study the blade.
Dot has already taken game 1 of this series in a very decisive 23-minute win. And we'll see if 2 can manage to come back here in game 2, or if they will go down quickly. We shall see. What's up, Chaos? I believe you're Chaos, right? I think I remember that. JTOS? Yes. Ooh, look like we're going to go for a little level 1 here. Cheese here in the bot lane. Nice engage on Nami. Gonna get a nice chunk out of her and now take some damage out of the Kai'Sa as well. Yeah, end up getting Kai'Sa down to halfway already. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. A lot of people have different usernames on different platforms. I have a hard time remembering exactly which is which, but yeah, a little bit of early cheese by the DOT bot lane. Tai is sub with Prime. Welcome. Enjoy our new emotes. We have one in particular that I hate, so enjoy spamming that one. It's all good, brother. Stuff happens. Ooh, and Yasuo gonna go ahead and get the solo kill in the top lane before I think the lethal tempo projectile followed the Scion Flash. So he ends up going down. That will be first blood to the Yasuo. Now you see Tai, you'll see something different here that you didn't see when we played, is that that's the 2 laners interacting with each other in the top lane. So I know it's a bit of an unusual concept for you, but I just wanted to point it out that the top laners are allowed to play against each other instead of just the minion waves. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, is that going to be a kill as well? Wow, a solo kill as well for the Anivia. 2 solo lanes off to a great start in this game. Is he going to be able to shove this wave in time, though? He should be able to. That slow TP early game makes a big difference. It's one of my favorite changes they've ever made is making that early TP slow so you can get the wave in time. Nami, unfortunately, very out of mana here. Ooh. Ends up getting knocked away by the Condemn, but does not go down. She was probably hoping that would stun him into the tower. That probably would have been a kill. Alas. However, Jarvan will be here, and he should be able to clean up at least one of these. Indeed he will, and Nami will go down. Ends up blowing the flash. That will be a kill for the jungle of DOT and the bot lane as well. Yeah, big lead for the bot lane already. Yeah, despite the gold deficit, up to about a 400 gold lead already for Team Dot, just because of those CS leads in mid and bot lane. Might be looking for a gank here on the Ahri. Indeed he will. Probably get her flash here, I would imagine. Ooh, nice, very nice wall by Anivia, and then will indeed get the Ahri flash. So, nice gank by Wukong. The Directed Gamer really wants to watch Nectarish farm out of that tower for some reason. I don't know what that's about. Really enjoys Nectarish gameplay. Ooh, and the hook's gonna land on the Nami. She has that bone plating. Will that be enough to save her life? No, it will not. She's gonna go down. That'll be a kill over to the Vayne. That's tough. That is tough. Wukong maybe looking for another gank mid. Ooh, nice stun land by the R by the Anivia, but Ahri does have ulti, so she should be able to escape. Ooh. Okay, I'm kind of surprised that hook didn't hit, but a lot of damage coming in on the Vayne, and now Jarvan is here. He's going to go for the EQ. Nice flash by the Kai'Sa to dodge it. I don't know if she needs the barrier, but she'll survive for now, but I have a feeling that Jarvan's just going to wrap right back around and try again. It's a frustrating part about Jarvan ganks. They're very low commitment, right? You just EQ in, doesn't work, that's okay. Just try again. But he is not going to do that. However, they are afraid he's going to do it, so they're not going to actually shove this wave in time. Okay. Now he said he is indeed going to shove the wave. Get a little bit of an invade action here. Yasuo using his prio in the top lane to help his jungler invade this blue buff. And Jarvan's going to come in here, and he's going to find that the buff is gone. Indeed he will. Ooh, and he's already used his EQ. So now Wukong should be able to get on him, and the combo's going to go in. And can they get the kill here on Jarvan? Ooh, great flash by Jarvan, and that's going to stall enough time for him to get his EQ up and escape. That is tough. That is tough. Now, if the Yasuo had done the Q trick with the knockup, and gotten the extra damage on, he still would have gotten that kill, but alas, it ends up being a very close play that Jarvan does manage to escape. Okay. All-in going on here in the mid lane, and Anivia does have egg, she's going to end up winning the all-in thanks to the A. Right now, Jarvan's going to get here, and can he kill her in time? She's going to try to cut it out with the ulti. She's not tanky yet. He can't really afford to stand in that. Wukong is going to go ahead and grab the grubs during the chaos. Manages to get all three, no problem. Why didn't you take Kai'Sa top lane? Bro, I have played Kai'Sa like 2 times in my life. That would have been something. That would have been something, though. Oh, down here in the bot lane. Pressuring him hard on the tower here. Nice hook. Oh, kind of angles like he's going to try to hook for the Nami, but then it ends up going for the Kaisa. And it works. Land the hook. That's going to be another kill for the Dot bot lane. Now Dot going to go ahead and move on over to this dragon here. Should be able to get it without a contest. Ooh. Ooh, nice bubble, but no follow-up, sadly. Another all-in coming here in the mid lane. Nivea doesn't quite have Roa yet. That should. Oh, Ahri doesn't have ulti. Ooh, that's another drive. Watch me another solo kill for the Anivia. 3-0 in the mid lane to start this game. And Yasuo forcing the Scion's flash in the top lane as well. So both of two solo lanes doing quite well. Unfortunately, Anivia trying to shove the lane in. It takes a little bit too much damage. It's getting caught up by the Jarvan here. Yeah, no way to get away from this ulti, so he's going to end up going down. He's trying his best to escape. To get a little more damage, no, and he's going to go down to the Jarvan. This is why you ban my Ahri, so I can't grief my team. Perhaps so. Very good job to the Scion, by the way, that even though he's in a tough matchup and he's behind early, he's actually keeping up in farm in EXP. So, yeah, the Yasuo's kind of bullying him a bit, but he's doing fine. He's hanging in there. And Anivia does have her Roa completed. Amazing, only a 400 gold lead on the Ahri despite solo killing her 3 times. That's the power of CS, CS and plates, I guess. And that is the thing about getting these kills in lane. They're great. You'll take the gold, but if you can't parlay that into a dominant position in lane, just start getting a farm lead that it doesn't make as much big of a difference as you would think. You know, bot lane, yeah, Vayne's 1-0, but he's also up 30 CS, and that means he's got a 1.3k gold lead. Nami is going to come in and try to set up the gank, but it's not going to land. However, Anivia is going to TP behind, and Wukong is going to show up here, so they've got a 4-man gank here in the bot lane. Kaisa is end up going down to the Jarvan. Jarvan will escape, at least for the moment, and now the gank's going to succeed. It's going to kill the Vayne. And Thresh looks like he's going to be able to get his way as well. Well, considering that was a 4-man gank, the fact that they went 1-for-1 is really, you have to think, is in favor of DOT. So, it's not often you escape a 4-man gank by going even, so you'll take that if you're them. Nivea might be able to get a plate here. No. Ooh. Nice wall on the Ahri, forcing her to wait her turn to get back to lane. I don't like throwing the Q, though. You leave yourself vulnerable by doing that. But in the end, Ahri decides not to go for it. Sion's going to go ahead and ult in the top lane, set the gank for this Jarvan. Yasuo not able to get out of the way of the CC train. And he's trying to see if there's maybe a way he can escape, and he opts to just not use his flash. Once they're both on him, there's no escaping that. You missed my solo kill? Yeah, it was pretty early in the game. It was in like level 2. Now Ari's going to go for a solo kill in the mid lane, and Anivia could probably win this if it was just her, but unfortunately Jarvan's going to be here as well, and that will be a kill on the Anivia. Almost manages to trade it back, though. Not quite able to get one more E off to finish off the Ari. Looking at the goal lead, only about a 2-kill difference, but about 2.5k, almost 3k gold difference in favor of DOT. Meanwhile, well, hold on, what's happening here in the bot lane? So we see they're pushing into the tower, and Yasuo is going to TP behind them. Unfortunately, Nami gets hooked under the tower, has to blow her ult a little bit earlier than she wants. It lands the bubble, but only on the Thresh, so Vayne gets a chance to run away, but she doesn't end up going down. So in the end, another 1-for-1 off a gank, which you honestly, if you go 1-for-1 while getting ganked, that's a good play for you. So Sion's going to get some plates off of this tower as well. Although, fortunately, the mid laner is rotating to cover that, so the whole tower won't go down at least. The item! Sunfire Cape! Yeah! The best item in League of Legends! Woo! Unironically, very good item against Yasuo, though, because it makes his shield kind of worthless, because it just pops immediately as soon as you're in melee range. A bit of hanging out here in mid. Is 2 going to go for the dragon? They are. They're going to start it. No Ari around, so they should be able to just get this. Nivea needs to be careful. You're in the top lane. I mean, yeah, it's a Sion's building armor, but it's still a tank. And she's fine. 2 does get the dragon. Yasuo looks like he's going to try to roam bot again. Ooh. Sion's going to ult top, but he ends up messing up and dying, and now... Ooh, hold on, there's a play breakout here in the bot lane. Yasuo is going to roam down, but I don't know if he's going to get here in time before this tower goes down. And unfortunately, Nami gets hooked again. Now she ults the way, but Yasuo not quite in range to ulti. Still not in range to ulti off the bubble either, and now he ends up going the wrong way around the corner, and they're able to chase down L while running away from the Yasuo. So in the end, they're able to escape, but Yasuo finally reaches, but now Vayne's going to pop the ulti. Ooh, very good juke by the Vayne while invisible. Yasuo Windwell's the wrong way. He ends up hitting the tornado, though, so he's going to go ahead and get the kill on the Vayne. But now he's going to end up getting DPS check one of these two before he goes down. No. And then Ari's going to go down. He's going to go after the Kai'Sa as well, and he will get it. Meanwhile, while this is happening in the lane, it looks like they're trying to do Rift Herald here while this play is away. Jarvan's trying to contest. Fortunately, misses the first Wukong ultimate. Now the Anivia ult coming in. Jarvan's going to go ahead and turn on the Anivia. No egg for her, so she's going to go down. And now Jarvan's going to turn on the Wukong. And they both have Sundered Sky, but Jarvan has split his steel caps and Wukong does not. So Jarvan's going to end up winning that 1v2. Yeah, huge plays for Dot on both sides of the map. Very nice outplays. Yeah, up to about a 5k goal lead for them already. Whew. It's tough. They are going to go ahead and get Rift Herald. No feats of strength yet, though. Will come down to whoever gets this next dragon, I believe. Yes. Ooh, nice stun on the Vayne. Nice little chunk there. And this Sion, even with Bork, this Sion's starting to get taken to the point where Yasuo can't just Unga-Bunga all over him, which is a little bit of a problem. Because Sion does have the farm lead. Yasuo kind of abandoned his lane for a bit to try to help bot lane. It's a mixed results. But yeah, he kind of threw his lead in the actual lane itself, so I'm not sure you can really bully the Sion anymore. Ooh, Thresh is gonna ooh, nice juke by the Anivia. Yasuo is gonna try to go for that all-in on the Sion. Sion's gonna have to ult away. Ooh, nice stun on the Vayne. Gonna go ahead and get an E on her. Gonna chunk her to half HP. But now Jarvan is here. Jarvan misses his EQ. And unfortunately not able to really punish it at all. Wukong gonna go ahead and hit by the charm there because that bush was warded. And they're gonna go ahead and move into the jungle. Go ahead. Ooh. Could have probably ulted that, but opts not to. Now Sion is in this bush. He thinks he's being slick, but that bush is warded, so Yasuo's gonna go for him. But Sion starts at TP, but I guess he TPs to his tower, which I guess is one way to survive that play. So Yasuo goes ahead and ults to the bot lane to try to help his team here. Can they make a fight happen now that the Yasuo is here? No, looks like Dot's just gonna go ahead and disengage here. Now I'll be real with you. During this game, I 100% thought the Sion was down here somewhere. I didn't realize he TP'd to his tower. I thought he TP'd down to this fight. Oh, and Ahri's actually going to get caught out here. No ulti available or flash. He's going to end up going down. That will be a big shutdown on the Ahri. Meanwhile, Anivia going to put her wave clear to use here in the mid lane. See if she can manage to hold. Just needs to not get hit by this Rift Herald. Don't get hit by the hook either. Ooh, manages to dodge the hook, so she's actually very good jukes by Anivia so far this game, which is not easy. Anivia is a very slow champion. And, ooh, moves a little bit too far away and ends up canceling the ulti. Sion's going to go ahead and ult bot lane, and oh no, it's going to catch Wukong under the tower. It's going to kill the minions, and now Wukong's going to go ahead and go down here. And that's really unfortunate timing, because the dragon for Feats of Strength is about to be up. So it should be just for Dots to take now that the 2 jungler is down. Although maybe 2 can make some sort of play here. Dot is split up a little bit. Looks like they're gonna go, they're gonna go for the Thresh. Nami gets hooked here, not quite able to land the bubble, but now the CC's gonna come in, and Thresh is gonna, Darvin's gonna go in on the back line. Nice EQ onto the Kaisa, and she's gonna go down immediately. I've got Charm comboed over the wall into the Jarvan. EQ doesn't go down without really doing any damage. Yasuo gets a very nice double EQ knock up into the ulti, and then flashes to finish off the Vayne, but that's all he's gonna have. And Anivia trying her best to make something out of this fight, but but 2 was outnumbered, and the ADC kind of died without really doing much damage. So it was basically a 3v5 in practice, and you don't win 3v5s very often. Dot will indeed moving on to this dragon here. Wukong gonna see if he can get into the pit, but there's no way. There ain't no way. Is he gonna go down here? Oh yeah, he's caught from behind by the side. He will indeed go down. Gonna try to turn on the Ahri, but alas. However, it looks like 2's going to try to still contest the Otacon here. That's a much easier objective to contest the dragon. Thresh trying to get some vision in the jungle is going to get caught out here. Now 2, they want the fight here now that Thresh is out of the way. This is a 4v4. Also trying to look for a way in, not able to find it. Unfortunately, he ends up getting hit by an Ahri charm over the wall. She was hiding right behind the corner, and that chunks him low enough that he just has to blow wind wall, which ends up resulting in his death. Now the rest of Team 2 has to run. Ooh, nice stun on the Vayne. That's going to push her up out of the fight, but it's going to be too much. And are they going to try to contest again? I don't think they can get close enough in time. We'll see. Yeah, Sion doing a good job body blocking, not letting him in. Unfortunately, 2 not able to get into range, and now Jarvan's going to go in, going to land on the Kaisa, has to blow both sums, but ends up going down to the Ahri anyway, because the Ahri is very, very strong, and now they're going on to the Anivia. Anivia trying her best to kite this out while Wukong tries to kill Vayne, but no shot. Now Anivia kind of kiting out here. Jarvan taunting a little bit, and ends up actually going down, feeding a 1,000-goal shutdown to the Anivia because he was BMing a little too much. Still, though, even after that, it's about a 7k gold lead for, ooh, nice turn by the Vayne. And Vayne able to be saved by the Thresh there from the Yasuo. So yeah, still, even after that play, still about an 8k goal here in favor of DOT. Yasuo kind of going for the sign here, but he has to be a little bit careful because the other team could just be hanging around the jungle here. I was baiting the Vayne gank. Well, it worked. You did, in fact, bait the Vayne gank. It happened after you died, but, you know. Ooh, Kai'Sa gonna go ahead and get hit by a charm combo over the wall, and that he will go down yet again. And this Ahri's been this Kai'Sa's having a really tough time with this Ahri, and now fortunately Nami's gonna go ahead and get hooked out here as well, trying to rotate back to the mid lane, and she's gonna go down as well. It's gonna be a double kill for the Ahri. I mean, you know, after starting 0-3 in lane, KS has been killing it on the Ahri. So, hey, just because you start bad doesn't mean you have to end bad. Sometimes you will, but it doesn't mean you have to. Nivea, Nivea just had to hold the wave here. Nivea very, very good at holding up basically any wave that isn't buffed by Baron. It's gonna be hard to push into her.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Looks like they're gonna try to. Dot's gonna rotate to the top lane. They're gonna go ahead. Oh, they're gonna land a hook on the Wukong, but Yasuo and Nami are here, so the Wukong's gonna turn. That's gonna be a nice double knockup, nice window by the Yasuo to box out the Vayne, and then Ahri's gonna end up going down, and they're gonna try to go in on the Vayne. Vayne has to kite out. Now she's stuck in the Inhibitor Storm, and oh, perfect wall! She's completely stuck in there, and then that's gonna collapse on her. That's gonna be a kill on the Vayne. They finally managed to take her down. You're also going to TP to the bot lane to go ahead and stop this Scion, who's just going to ult away again, I assume. That's how these plays usually go. Oh, meanwhile, hold on. While that is happening in the bot lane, Team 2 is going for the Baron. 4v3, 4v2. That is... I mean, they have decent DPS, I guess, with the Kai'Sa, but Kai'Sa's going to end up jumped on over the wall by the Jarvan, ends up going down. And they're not gonna back off the Baron. They're gonna keep going. They are gonna go ahead and get the Thresh here, but this Jarvan is really, really big. He might be able to force it off by himself. And they keep the Baron aggro. They're committed to this play. And after the sign ult away, Yasuo is gonna walk up here to the Baron to cut off the Jarvan here, and they're trying to finish off this Baron before Ahri comes in and cleans them all up. Nice wind wall by the Yasuo to block the charm, and now they are going to secure the Baron, and now the fight's going to turn. Jarvan very tanky, but he is going to end up going down. Oh, hit another. Ooh, and Ahri's going to pop ulti. They're going to try to turn on the Ahri here. Not quite on finish right now. Vayne is here, is going to condemn Yasuo into the wall, and now there's no firepower left here, and all of 2 goes down. So even though they got the Baron, they got no one with the Baron buff. You'll still take it, get it off the map, but you were really hoping to get that Baron and maybe make some momentum plays on the map with it, but not clean them up.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
2 going to go ahead and rotate down to this tower, try to defend. Ooh, the charm barely misses the Nami there. These two need to be careful. They could be flanked around behind the tower if the rest of dies here, but it looks like they're not going to do that. Goal lead has shrunk a bit, only about a 5k goal lead now for DOT, but they're still in a great spot to win this game. They obviously have a great scaling team with the Vayne and the Scion, so they're on a great pace so far. And they're going to go ahead and grab this dragon as well, so now they're on Soul Point. Excuse me. Scion going to go ahead and ult in the top lane. Yasuo going to be able to finish this tower. Now he's going to go ahead and fight the Scion, but the DOT is coming from behind. But looks like the two members of 2 are going to take the fight. Nice knock up on the Vayne. Unfortunately, Yasuo's going to get CC'd immediately after, not able to finish off the Vayne. But he is going to go down. But now the rest of Team 2 is here, and Kaisa can be able to ult in and finish off the Vayne. And now the rest of the fights are going to continue. Nice juke on the hook by the Kaisa. And now Anivia is here. Oh, no. Nice lantern to get him out of there. The goalie is only towers at this point? Yeah, kind of. Maybe not quite that, but yeah, decent fight for 2, honestly. Although they are gonna, DOT's gonna get a lot of gold back here in the bot lane. Navi's gonna go ahead and try to defend here, and they're gonna go for a dive. Nice dodge, dodges the charm, and then bashes out of the ulti, and then pulls the Zanya's, and that's gonna and then Ari is in the ulti, and she's gonna end up getting slowed and go down. And now Jarvan's gonna try to finish off the Anivia under the tower, but it is not gonna happen, and that is a double kill for the Anivia under the tower. Really great outplay there by the Anivia over in the bot lane, saving that tower. Great play. And Gold League closing a bit more. Sign int top 2, did he? I didn't even see it. What happened? Oh, they're just sieging the tower. Does he just die? Does he just... Okay, yeah, I'd call it a bit of an int on the tower. I mean, you know what? Honestly, it forces them off the tier 2 tower. I call that worth. The tower's worth more than his life is. I think that's actually a good play. As troll as it looks. As long as he doesn't get the tower immediately afterwards. Doesn't look like he will. So yeah, actually not a bad play. For the side. Gold lead has shrunk quite a bit again. Only about 3.5k gold lead for Dot now, although how much that really matters at this point in the game, it's hard to say. Obviously, they're comp very, very strong. Two gonna take this chance to finally get the tier 1 mid tower. And they're kind of fucking around in the enemy jungle here. Very big league comp power. Ooh, and 2's going to go for a death bush here, and they are not seen by a ward, so if anyone walks into them, they're definitely going to die. And they decide, you know what, actually, we're going to go for this mid play here, and they're going to get behind the Vayne here, and Nami a little bit behind because she's a bit slower. She's going to pop the ulti. Vayne going to be able to dodge it, so no knuck up on the Vayne. Jarvan's going to go on the Anivia, so the team decides, okay, we need to peel the big Anivia. And Vayne, that just leaves Vayne in the back to free hit. And you think the play is going well if you're 2 and you turn behind you and you realize you've got a full health Vayne and a nearly full Vayne and a full health Ari. And that charm pretty much sealed the fight in favor of DOT. Kept Yasuo from killing either of the carries. And now 2 has to try to escape. DOT's just going to go ahead and push mid here. Now, they do have Anivia, and they don't have Baron, so they should be able to just hold here at the Nexus Towers. If you have to give up the inhib, that's fine. Just give the inhib. Whatever you do, do not get caught here with this. Do not defend an inhib 3v4. Don't do it. Don't do it, and they're way too close. The side's going to go ahead and ulti, and now flash hook on the Anivia, and she's going to have to pop Zanya's, but that's going to be too little too late. Wukong's going to go down. It's going to pop the Anivia egg, and Anivia's going to go down. And now Kaisa is here, and Yasuo is almost here, but now it is a 3v4 once again. And are they going to be able to hold this time? Well, it's not a 3v5 because Jarvan has respawn, but it is a 3v4. Maybe we can look for a play here before the Jarvan gets here. Yasuo, Nami's going to go for it. Unfortunately, only hits the Thresh and then lands another hook on the Nami, so she's going to go down pretty much immediately. Early win wall by the Yasuo ends up getting condemned out of the EQ, so not able to knock up the Vayne. And then Kaisa gets kindly escorted back to her fountain, ends up going down. And yeah, that will be game 2 in favor of DOT. Trashuo indeed. That guy sucks. He should watch Bernie play Yasuo. I've heard that guy's pretty good. But yeah, fun game. It was more in favor of DOT than you would guess just from the kills. But in the end, I think 2 just got caught by Thresh and Sion way too many, and Jarvan way too many times this game. Brody would have picked his brother into Sion. I actually considered that. My first instinct was to go Yone. But then when I saw they had like Vayne and Ari, I was like, it would be helpful to have guaranteed point and click follow up on the Wukong. So names. What do you mean names? Who got caught? Oh, a little bit of everybody. Everybody got caught on 2. It was a team effort of getting caught. So yeah, tough series for them. Tough series for 2. Another loss, and great series win for Team DOT. Their first series win of the season. So congrats to them. Their new look roster looks pretty good. I'm gonna say I expect them to be a contender going forward down the season. So I look forward to seeing them play. It's a second win. Wasn't that your first series win? Am I wrong about that? Someone in the chat correct me if I'm wrong. First series win. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, first series win for Dot. So there you go. All right, and that'll be it for the cast of this game. I am going to go ahead and cast the Rock versus Nord series as well. I'm going to go ahead and reset the stream and get it set. So I will be back in a couple minutes.